Hello everyone, I am Sunanta from SNS College of Technology, Department of Mathematics. So in this lecture video series, we are going to see statistical data representation. In this series, we will be seeing videos on frequency distribution and few types of graphical representations. So let us recall this. So in this, we will be seeing about frequency tables, polygons, relative frequency, histograms, OJs and all. So these are the learning objectives of this video, in which we are going to understand the meaning of frequency distribution, identify different types of frequency distribution, construct frequency tables from the raw data. Next, applying frequency distribution to solve practical statistical problems. So these objectives are very important for university examinations as well. Next is a design thinking approach to statistics. So before diving into statistics, let us understand how design thinking can improve our learning. So as we know all that empathize, define, ideate, prototype and test are the 5 stages of design thinking. So in this, understanding what the data represents the empathize part. Next, identify the problem hidden inside the data is the define part. Next, ideate part will be choosing the appropriate distribution, like we'll be having few types of distributions. So to identify which is the appropriate one or which suits well for the data is the ideate part. And prototype will be constructing the frequency tables. Next test will be validating that. So the systematic approach helps data analysts make informed decisions rather than simply performing calculations. Next is what we are going to see is what is frequency distribution. So now let's define frequency distribution. So a frequency distribution is a systematic arrangement of data showing how often each value or range of values occurs in a data set. It transforms raw data into a meaningful summary that reveals pattern, trends and characteristics of the data. For example, suppose we record marks of 50 students. So instead of listing all the 50 marks individually, we can organize them into such an interval such that 0 to 20, 21 to 40 and till 81 to 100 in terms of 20 intervals. So this could make count number of students easily, and this makes interpretation much easier. So here are the types of distributions. So first we can see grouped, ungrouped, cumulative and relative. So when we see ungrouped frequency distribution, an ungrouped frequency distribution is used when data set contains only a few distinct values. So like 2, 3, 3, 4, 555 like this. Next, group frequency means when a data set becomes very large, listing every value individually becomes practical. So instead we group the observation in class intervals, like as we said already, 0 to 20, 20 to 40, like that. For if we are having the age of the customers means it can be arranged in a manner that 20 to 29, 30 to 39, 40 to 49, 50 to 59. So each class contains several observations. So grouped frequency distributions are widely used in business data analytics, education, machine learning and all. Next is a cumulative distribution and relative distributions we will be having. So these are what we have seen in the previous slides. So next will be a cumulative distribution. So frequency distribution is only the beginning. So from the same frequency table we can derive a cumulative frequency, relative frequency, comprehensive frequency tables also. So these advanced tables helps us determine percentiles, median, quartiles, data comparison across different tables. So these concepts we will discuss in our upcoming lectures, and we'll be having this in our second unit. So for example, when we see this first one is less than cumulative and the second one is a more than cumulative. So this is one of the application of cumulative distribution. This is the ogives. So next is relative distribution. So relative distribution expresses each frequency as a proportion of percentage of the total number of observations. So this standard allows meaningful comparisons between data sets of different types. So in this first we will be using that same framed table. Next we will frame relative frequency. Then charts can be made. After that percentage can be made. So this is the comprehensive frequency table in which we can see both frequency calculation, cumulative, relative frequency calculation and the midpoint also. So from the last one we can find the median of this portion. So now let us see the applications of frequency table here. So a supermarket records number of customers visiting every hour. So instead of analyzing the thousands of customers entries individually, managers prepare a frequency table so in which we can determine the peak hours, staff allocation, billing counter requirements and inventory planning. So this demonstrates how frequency distribution supports data driven decisions in business also. This is one of the real world application of this frequency distribution. So let's summarize this now. So in this video first we have seen what is the frequency distribution. After that we have seen the types of frequency distributions like ungrouped, grouped, cumulative frequency and relative frequency. After we have seen how to construct the tables for cumulative and relative. Next we have seen the real world applications of the frequency distribution. Let us see what DT video in the next. Thank you.